Hi, welcome to Channel Squared, where we connect with you, the divine, and channel here with you live. I'm Heather Marie, founder of Soulgate.
And I'm Jody Lynn Craven, founder of Abundance Consciousness. And today we're talking about the mirage or the illusion of life. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun dun dun.
It was
So,
something that was dropping into your channel and we just decided to record. So what's the
yeah,
illusion?
so, well, we were talking about what we wanted to talk about, what they wanted to talk about. And one of the things that really came in was like this illusion that, when we talk before on our channel, we've talked about distortion and we've talked about perception, but we haven't really talked about like things aren't really what they seem. The illusion that we're living in a particular time frame or in a particular vibration or a particular evolution of humanity, but never like it's not distortion and it's not perception. It's just it's not what it seems that it is. So they're bringing forth like this illusion, like this, and you said it yourself, like this mirage, right? So what is mirage? Mirage
Like,
is the illusion of something else, right?
yeah, like when you're in the desert and you're starved for water or something, and then you see, an ocean and it's not actually there. That was the
Okay.
first thing that came up in my mind.
So the dictionary online says mirage, an optical illusion caused by atmospheric conditions, especially the appearance of a sheet of water in a desert or on a hot road caused by the refraction of light from the sky by the heated air. So that's exactly what you just defined mirage to be. And if we look at this in our current day, is there atmospheric conditions that are creating the illusion of something else?
Well, what popped into my head like immediately is how our eyes actually work. It's all like light refraction. That's it. That creates an object. It's sound. I'm not a scientist, so don't quote me exactly on this, but I've seen as of late sound that is hooked up to like a plate that has sand on it, and at a certain frequency it changes the picture. And this person did a bunch of these and like stacked them on top of one another, and it made somebody's face. And so we were just talking about my eyes and the eye doctor appointment that I had and healing my eyes. And then now we're talking about the refraction. Like, is it the way that we're seeing the world, like the Matrix?
I think so. I mean, I'm getting a yes.
Me
Yes,
too.
absolutely. I'm getting a yes, absolutely. So, what they're saying is that they're bringing us back to the hologram. So I know we've talked on our show before. If you've missed it in previous episodes, I'm sure there's one probably even talking about the Matrix or talking about the hologram. You might have to dig a little. It was a while back, but they're bringing us back to the hologram, that it's all illusionary anyway, and that the only reason that things look the way that they do is because we all agree that they look the way that they do because of the oneness, right? The way that we're all connected, we're all rolling up our energy and downloading our energy from one power source. So, as such, we are seeing things in a way that is illusionary.
So
That
is
sounds
that
so complicated.
so is
Like, can
that
you
like,
dumb this down for me, please?
yeah, and give us tangibles? My question is it the collective that has agreed on something that isn't quite accurate, or like, is that what they're getting at?
They're saying that the hologram is like a program that's running in the background. And how we interact with it is what changes how it moves and shifts and manipulates its energy. So they're relating this to like a video game. A video game, they're saying, has like certain characters, certain like maps or place. I don't play video games, so bear with me here, but like they have like maps or like different environments that the characters go and do their little missions or whatever in. So they're saying that like if you think about the hologram as being that initial base programming of like the maps and the characters and all of the things, that as you move through the game, you'll have different experiences within those different environments with those different characters because of the choices that you make while you're like actively participating in the game or the hologram, they say. So it's same. They're saying this is why so many humans are really like connected to the video game world, is because
Oh.
it gives them this new illusion, this new fantasy of reality, that even though they know that it's a game, there's still the question mark of, is it? So they're saying this is the mystery and the allure that creates this attraction to things like this fantasy, they say, with the air quotations. So what they're
Okay.
saying is that the hologram is just like a base programming, and that as the characters are moving through it,
Yeah.
it shifts and manipulates itself to create this new, they're like showing it like this big ball of magic. Like the image that they're showing me is like this, like kind of like magical sprinkle sparkle glittery thing, right? And so they're showing it as like this constantly evolving and transforming thing, almost like its own organism that's like learning from us as we are experiencing it. Did I get that right? In a gist, they say. Get the gist.
Of course. So I'm not even sure where to go with this one. Like, is there an illusion that we're not seeing, or is it like the whole hologram, like, idea that's not downloading for humanity at this time? Or is it being monkeyed with? Like, what was the importance of this download, like, right now at this time?
They're saying that things are not what they seem, that everything that they are experiencing is an illusion and can be manipulated by thoughts, feelings, emotions, and actions, just like the game.
Okay.
They're saying there's no predetermined beginning, middle, and end. They're saying there's no predetermined beginning, middle, or end. There is only what is, and it's constantly moving and evolving. That's what they're giving me.
Okay. But how does your purpose, that seems like there is a beginning, middle, and end potentially with your divine purpose, how does that fit in to the game?
Okay, they're asking you for clarification on your question. They're asking my divine purpose, me, Heather Marie, or you in general purpose, divine purpose.
You in general.
They're saying everyone is a character in the game, and they're saying that everyone has multiple like instances of their character in multiple maps. It's just which viewpoint you're looking at the game from. So
Well,
that's
that's
really interesting. What?
I was just going to say that's interesting. The story we were talking about last week of the lady who had the dream of, making a decision and woke up in a completely different life. She woke up in a different part of the map, so to speak.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So her, like, they're saying, right. So like her perspective, her viewpoint, they're correcting me. Her viewpoint is now from this character, not the one she went to bed with as. Not with.
But she was conscious of this when she awoke.
Glitch. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Glitch in the illusion. They're saying that doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. And they're saying that sometimes it happens like on purpose. They allow for the memory of that like glitch to like happen and like click in. They're saying that people who have those types of moments they're even talking, they're relating it back to like deja vu moments also, that the people who experience these moments experience them because they are being shown that it's all an illusion. So they want to talk about deja vu for a minute.
Okay.
They're saying that when deja vu moments happen, it's a moment in time where, and they're using time very loosely here. There's a moment in time when two instances of yourself cross the exact same point in that like instance. So, you're sitting there, you're having dinner, you're having a conversation with your girlfriends, and then you're like, oh my God, didn't we like just have this conversation? Like, I swear we've had this conversation before. I swear I was eating this exact thing and drinking this exact beverage. And you're like, oh my gosh, I swear we just did this. Is anybody else having this moment right now? And all your friends are looking at you like, no,
Yeah.
like weirdo. They're saying that in that instance, there's another, like in that moment, there's another instance of you having the same conversation with your friends. And that instance is also having the deja vu moment. They're saying it's like a parallel, like a snip in the trajectory. And that snip has you crash into one another, like in that second, in that moment, that instance. They're talking about also that there are plenty of instances where there's an instance of you that may even be living in the same neighborhood that you live in, identical to you, looks like you, acts like you, talks like you. Everybody swears it's you, and it's very confusing when it happens in such close proximity. They say that there is always this attempt to shelter this instance from running into the next instance, but it does happen from time to time.
It's interesting. Something like that happened to you.
Yeah, it did happen to me. Yeah, I used to go to this little like bakery deli like every day for lunch, and there was another person that looked, talked, acted just like me. In fact, we didn't, I don't know if we did the same job, but we both wore scrubs to work every day. And we both had blue hair, which is crazy. Like, blue hair isn't something that a lot of people do. I mean, they're fun colors are popular, but like not that popular. Come on.
No.
And to the point where it was confusing the people in the restaurant. They were like, wow, you were just here. Or like, and so someone finally put it together that we were actually different people. So yeah, it was really bizarre. I
Oh,
kept
yeah.
trying to like, be there, like, well, what time does she come in? Maybe I'll just be here at that time, and I could never bump into her for whatever reason. I could never bump into her. But yeah.
On purpose, I'm sure.
Totally. I'm sure. So if she's watching right now, send me a message. Say something in the comments. I would love
Yeah.
to get a picture of you and post it because that's crazy. But yeah, weird. Um, do you have questions?
Yeah. Okay. So everything is an illusion and it is manipulatable. I don't think that's a word, but we're using it. You can manipulate it. So now what?
They're saying to have fun with it.
Ooh, okay.
They talk a lot about, and they're like bringing this up about how they talk a lot about finding joy in what you do and, really like you've won the jackpot by having this experience. Like your soul literally won the lottery getting to come here. And so like they talk a lot about that and they're saying it's really unfortunate that so many humans do not they do not appreciate the gift that they've been given. They do
No.
not explore and manipulate and have fun with the energy that they have available to them. They're saying that, you know, the soul is limitless. There is nothing that you cannot be or do or say, and nobody takes advantage of it, or very few take advantage of that. That there's still this limitation. They call it the perceived limitation of physicality. And
So
the
how do we
fact is,
sorry, go ahead.
is that there is no limitation of physicality. Yes, if you walk out in front of a car and get hit by a car, it could break your bones. That doesn't mean that you're going to die. It doesn't mean you're going to be injured forever.
I saw a clip on TikTok from a lady who fell 14,000 feet. Like she jumped out of a plane, like to skydive, and the guy who goes behind you or whatever, right? Like the guide.
Mhm. The
Um,
tandem.
yeah, he pulled the chute too late because he didn't hook up something or whatever. He pulled the chute too late. And when he pulled it, the emergency chute went at the same time and they got tangled. So they didn't deploy. She literally fell from 14,000 feet. Boom, him on her back. Like she fell on her front, him on top of her, and she lived. And she wasn't like a sack of bones. Like
Oh
she
my
lived,
God. Wow.
right?
Wow.
That's crazy.
I wonder if she'll ever skydive again.
Probably not. I don't
I
know.
mean, like that had to have been like a majorly spiritual experience, right?
Yeah.
Like you're plunging to the earth, like talk about getting right with God on your way down, right? We should try and get her on the show. We
I
should
was
figure out
thinking the
who that
exact
is.
same thing.
That would
Yeah.
be a super interesting conversation, I think. So if you guys are watching and you know this person, send her our way. We would love to interview her on the show
Yeah. Tiger.
about that experience. Yeah, tag her for sure.
So one of the questions that came
Mhm.
in is can they give us some um the word that comes through is workbooks, but that's not really what I mean. Exercises on how to play with this, how to manipulate it, how to achieve this, how to break through that perceived limitation of physicality.
Okay, they're kind of laughing. They're being a little snarky. So let's just not have that. Um, they're saying it's really just about your your mindset, your belief. What you believe to be true is what will be true. So the exercise is going to be believing that you can do this, believing that you can break that limitation. And they're saying start with something small, like moving a paper clip. I don't even know how you would do that, but they're talking about like the kinetic energy of physicality and like how you can move things energetically without touching them. We've seen that. I mean, they made a whole, like, I think Netflix show about,
Yeah.
like, I think it was in a, like, some Netflix show, wasn't it? Or something on Amazon Prime, or I don't know if you guys know which one it is, drop it in the comments. But they did a whole show about that, you know? They put something like under a glass dome and like energetically got it to start spinning, right? Which anybody who's ever done Reiki can testify to the fact that you can move energy and people can tangibly feel it in their body.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, exactly. So what they're saying is to start small, start with moving energy and moving things with energy. And this will help you to see that everything that's in the environment can be manipulated through energy and through moving the vibration. They're coming back to the plate with the sand that is bringing about the image. They're saying that this works not from the vibration, but it works from the frequency, the sound frequency, you know, that it carries a vibration, not a kind of vibration, but like, you know, that the frequency carries a certain pattern, a certain
Yeah.
wavelength. And so they're saying that this is everything. This is all of the physicality that you see. It's that frequency, and how that frequency is moving makes it sharp and jarring and painful, or ease and flow and just rolling along. I'm a little lost in this conversation because I'm not really paying attention. I'm just trying to bring it through. So did that answer your question?
Yeah. Totally.
Okay. Okay, cool. Great. I love it when they answer the question.
Uh,
You got any more questions?
I just feel like I know this information already, and it's I feel like being in the third dimension, or the dimension that we've lived in with the society that we've lived within, we've been here in terms of this is what reality is. And something that I have asked in the past, and this question has come back to me from people around me, like, how do you live in this dimension, like this reality here, and straddle that line of what you know of everything being an illusion. And that, I think that is the toughest thing. Like you have a 9 to 5 job, or like you have a business, or you have a family, and you got to cook dinner, and you got to do all of these things. There's all of this, I keep using this word, minutia, that we get stuck in. And I think the point of this conversation is seeing that all of that is also the illusion. So starting to manipulate those things also. I mean, if you started to, just thinking out loud here, if you started to manipulate that minutia, like I don't even know of something like simple and easy or whatever, right? Like, but maybe it's, your dishes are easy to clean or they're already put away when you wake up, or like, I don't know, maybe that's too far for people to believe, but like things that are smaller in the minutia of daily life, I think it would really help break open the illusion and our ability, and that limitation of physicality, if that makes sense.
Yeah, one of the things that they're saying, that they're bringing in, is they're saying that and this is going to like appeal to the moms out there, that there are times when you are knowing that you have a lot to get done, right? You've got to get the house cleaned up, you've got to do all these things, right? And so maybe you are holding your little baby and your baby has fallen asleep on your chest. And like your mind may be thinking through all the hundreds of millions of things that you need to get done, but they're saying if you become present in the moment of the energetic exchange that you're having with another soul, that all of that other stuff doesn't matter, and that it's in that moment that you can create from. So they're saying that when souls come together the way that they have here on the earth plane, that it's like almost like strength in numbers, that when the souls can connect that way, you can create a different reality. None of that stuff needs to matter anymore. So even though you need to mop the floor and do the dishes and do all of these things, having that moment and appreciating that moment of just being with another soul makes the task much less so when the task gets to be performed. Instead of it being an entire sink full of dishes, maybe it's like, a plate and a cup. That they're saying that you can create new realities from those like moments of like bond or connection. Interesting. I might have to try that.
Yeah.
I like to be
Interesting
in
that
the
we were
moment
talking
of
about it
things.
last week.
Mm-hmm.
And the circle.
Right. Right. And
Yeah,
that's,
so
that's why it's probably coming in so strongly, about creating these like, you know, spiritual circles, these groups. There was a time when it was like all about tribe, right? Like everybody was like, oh, find your tribe, right? And I don't think that that has really changed all that much, but I think that the difference in finding your tribe that has changed is it's not about finding your tribe of like-minded necessarily. Everybody doesn't have to think the same in order to be part of a tribe. To me, that sounds like some awful high school clique, right? But it needs to be the tribe that's going to help you grow and expand and give you the experiences that you came here to get. So your tribe could be raging assholes that you hang around with, right? But this raging asshole group is the one that is going to actually get you out of your shell and get you to explore new things and, teach you some very, very valuable lessons. So I'm not saying stay in a terrible relationship. That is not what I'm saying at all. But what I'm saying is that find people that are going to elevate you, that are going to help you grow, that are going to help you learn the lessons that you came here to learn. And you should know, if you check in with your heart and with your soul and like what feels like to be in your soul space, if you check in there, you'll know whether or not you're, in the tribe that you're supposed to be in. But I think that that's really a theme right now, and it has been an ongoing theme, but I think people just kind of shifted their focus away from that for whatever reason. Yeah.
So does that mean that you can't do it on your own, or it's just easier?
It's easier. You can do anything on your own because you're connected with the oneness. There's the oneness.
You're always connected to many.
Right. Exactly.
Wow.
They want to give an example of like when oneness gets used the most is when you're picking up a new skill that you didn't know before, and it just like drops in, right? You just learn it so fast. You learn a new language, you learn to play the violin, like it just comes naturally and easy to you. They're saying that is you drawing from the oneness. So either there's another instance of you that is already proficient, or there is you're just downloading from another soul that is proficient, that all of the information, all of the knowledge, all of the knowing, literally everything that is in the illusion of the universe that we live in is already done for you. You just have to call in the information from the oneness. Is there a phone number that we can call for that?
Yeah. 555-5555.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. All right. Well, it makes a lot of sense why certain things have been really easy for me to understand throughout my life. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Fascinating.
Yeah. I mean, I think we could talk about different things in this realm all day long, like how we could play with this. Now I just want to play.
Yeah. I know, right?
Yeah.
If you guys are liking this show, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe. It does help us. We're looking to grow. If you have friends or family or the stranger on the street that's looking for some groovy shit to watch on YouTube, think of us and send them
Think of
our way.
us. Yeah. Awesome. Did they have any last words for today?
Just have fun with it.
All right.
Quit being in the box because it's way more expansive than that.
Beautiful. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for watching, everyone. Have fun playing with this and definitely come back to this video, write in the comments all of your beautiful experiences that you have next. We'll see you next week. Bye.